Your people have no king, for you are him.
Oh, they have no king. He's thinking of Morgie.
To discover the rest, I know I must go to Rune.
Oh, I'm so hyped for that. I will be completely honest with you.
And I doubt he will return. And should he ever, none of us are to treat with him again.
You, listen. He found your stash, mate. But we did not like it. Oh. A crown, eh?
Always after a defeat.
Oh.
Morgoth is gone.
Right, okay.
But today, a new...
Ooh, nervous.
Under me, your new master, Sauron.
Sorry. Sorry. He's in front of like an army of orcs and he's just basic white guy. I love that. Is this gonna go well?
To enslave the peoples of Middle-earth.
There we go.
Many orcs will die.
Buddy.
New and perfect order will we be,
Oh,
but rather worship as the saviors who finally healed it.
This is what's funny about this is that okay, Morgoth has just died. The devil has just died, right? This leader that they've had for however many hundreds, thousands of years. This god. The orcs and everyone else surrounding, they're at their lowest, their absolute lowest. They've just lost. Sauron obviously coming in is like, my time, baby. Daddy didn't work. They're in completely different mindsets. It's funny, it's interesting. Sauron, I feel like, is a little exultant, while these guys are on the brink of probably a little bit of madness. It's like, what do we do now? And God, yeah, sorry, hang on. And the one guy that is offering them salvation looks like an elf.
As one.
Bit of a mismatch, innit? Yeah.
Doubt me at your peril. Elves will never accept you.
You look like an elf. He's perfectly cast. Oh, he's not all talk, eh? Adar, mate, looking good. What you got in your hair, mate?
I'm your only future!
Yeah, he's thinking bigger picture. And these guys are thinking here and now. Yeah, Sauron in this form, he doesn't quite strike the image that I think they need or want right now. The new, yeah. I love seeing this stuff, man. Oh, mate, you got... Okay. Yeah, get your robes out of the way, mate. Gotta look proper for all these orcs. Damn, dude. Ouch. He is not powerless. Woo. Oh, look at that, the new Dark Lord, Sauron as we know him, being butchered by orcs. It makes sense though. Like all of that scene, it was teeing up. He wants power, order, he thinks he knows best. Morgoth's gone, well, I'm the one that should be in charge now. That's the only thing that makes sense, and he's right. You know, from his perspective, he's the next new power. Horrible optics though, mate. Goes to show as powerful as these beings are, they've got to move carefully. Like, obviously he's not dead, but that was such a miscalculation by Sauron. And I suppose these are the seeds that lead to the forging of the Rings of Power. I mean, that's what he was talking about with these guys, but also goes a long way to show where I think he ends up going, and going more the subterfuge path. And yeah, he was shaky when he was giving that speech, which fair. He'd only really been a lieutenant up to that point. A soldier, not a leader. Ooh, it's never really good if you start leaking, is it? Yeah, you gotta rethink, buddy. It's so interesting to show that actually he didn't always have the allegiance and the undying allegiance of the orcs. There was a process of transference of power. Oh, mate. Not much dignity, is there? How long was he under there? Man, in the Third Age, he must have been so sick. So sick of having to recover. You know? It's like, just get good, man. Do you know what I mean? It's a skill issue. Oh, mate, you want a bigger swig than that. Oh. He's Venom! Oh, hello. That must feel weird after being goo. I love that the first thing he said to Azar was, "Do you recognise me?" It's like, of course not, mate. Interesting that he chose the form of a man. But I suppose maybe part of the reason for that is he died looking like an elf. That form just got me death.
We were the fortunate ones.
Perhaps the fortunate ones were the first to die.
You just have to turn toward it.
Hmm.
A symbol of kings long dead.
Your family?
No, my family served them.
Then why wear it?
As a reminder.
Just a quick note, but I love this moment here for what it teaches Sauron in why and in what people feel devoted towards, why people serve. He's learning so much here about the hearts and minds of those he wants to enslave. He asks why, because previous to this it didn't make sense to him. He didn't have such knowledge. As we progress in the season, we see how he's taken this lesson to heart.
Fortunes can turn for even the most powerful.
Aren't you right?
Or walk on.
If you go there without a plan, those orcs will kill you again. I love this delving into the mind of him. Huh. Oh, we're gonna psych him out. Alright, Shanks. So interesting, because he is so powerful, and he knows that. But it's going to take more than that to achieve his ends. All that potential, and he knows that. All could be squandered, if not played the right way. What a boon that must have been. Galadriel, did you not see him looking like this at you? It's a very Sauron look, mate. Whoa. Oh, hello. Hello and welcome, hello. I'm not going to take up too much of your time here. I mean, it's pretty obvious. We're watching season 2 of Rings of Power. I am just going to say quickly, because some people coming to this video might not be aware, I did cover season 1. I did it episode by episode when it released. Honestly, I'm so into Lord of the Rings at the moment too. I'm playing a lot of Lord of the Rings online. So this honestly is just a way to bring that into my work life, mate. Okay, just let me have it. But just a quick recap for those who haven't seen my first season, my season 1 videos. I liked it. I did. I know. Behave. Stop it. Calm down. There was quite a lot of good in that first season. I didn't like the ending so much. The ending wasn't as great. It was a little bit weaker. But I think that first season really just laid the groundwork and made a good foundation to go forward with. And you could kind of sense as you were watching season 1 how they were doing that. And they clearly had big things in mind for the story and where they wanted to go. And they needed that first season to lay that out, right? Yeah, I've read the Silmarillion. I know that a lot of this is based on obviously stuff that's covered in that book. But I did read that a very long time ago. So if there is, you know, little Easter eggs or details or whatever it is that I might miss, please do let me know down in the comments. I'm always interested in that kind of stuff too. I am by no means obviously a scholar, but I am really into the Lord of the Rings and Tolkien's work. So yeah, we shall see where that leads us, where season 2 goes. What I have heard has been pretty good feedback wise from season 2. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped. I'm excited. I like a lot of kind of the bold choices that they have made with the source material, in that they're exploring more of Sauron. They've introduced characters like Adar, who I think he's probably one of the most, if not the most, to me, exciting characters. I'm really excited to see where he goes. I like the spin on Galadriel. I love the dwarf stuff. I want a little bit more from the dwarves, actually. I feel like we didn't get quite enough of those guys. I also love the little teaser Rune and Gandalf, Saruman, who knows? I mean, Gandalf, we think, right? And the hobbits and all that stuff. Anyway, sorry, I've kept you long enough. Thank you so much for joining. But without further ado, let's watch season 2. Oh, right, so he is literally trying to tell people that Sauron is here, and she does not want that. Why not? Is she embarrassed? I mean, it wouldn't be appropriate starting a new season and she's not in trouble. Mate, deny it all.
Halbrand was not who he claimed, yet you chose to withhold this from him.
Well, she only just found out, mate.
Is it true?
Deny, dude, honestly.
Yes.
Who is he?
Barry.
It's not what I thought.
Good answer.
Why do you dance so to avoid revealing the truth?
Oh, if only, well,
Megan Savoline er riskiert on this living.
you should let them know.
Yes, Sauron.
Yeah. It's way worse than what they probably thought. Mate, cough drop, something like that, I know.
Of all our kind.
He deceived me. I was deceived.
No, Galadriel, you were blind.
Hey!
The rings, show them to me.
He's no doubt corrupted.
He never
them.
touched them.
He
I
worked
came.
with cannot know the depth of his influence.
I'm not being funny, right? The whole point of the start of season 1 was that she was looking for Sauron. She found him. I don't know, it might be a bit of a stretch, but I'm just saying celebrations are in order. Do you know what I mean? Like, she deserves a title or something. Might be a stretch, fair enough. Or maybe a ring.
It is a risk we must chance give them to me.
He's your king, dude. You kinda gotta.
Sauron has not yet amassed that degree of power. These
Yeah,
rings
he's
may be
thinking.
how he attains it. Must be destroyed.
It is a command from your kin.
Isn't Elrond older than him? Are you bold enough to throw them off?
Ubelin Karatan.
Dude,
Sticky Ubelin.
he is. He's gonna throw him off, dude? Yeah.
Elrond, no!
Oh, no, fair enough. I was half right. Alright, Elrond going rogue. We love that. That's how you're getting in.
Here, lad. You swear allegiance to Adar.
Oh, give him a second, mate.
You swear allegiance to Adar.
Yeah, gotta be quick on your feet, mate. Oh, this guy's got a itchy trigger finger, hasn't he? Oh, he's got a Frostmourne by his side. Hello.
Says he wants to negotiate.
What's your move?
Let my people go.
Okay, not revealing himself.
There is no one left for us to fear.
There is one. Since Galadriel's defeat, she sought out a new
Sauron.
ally,
Say it.
an ancient sorcerer.
Ah,
Forging a new weapon.
clever. Hey, he's thinking about it now.
Set my people free, and I will tell you where he can be found.
Compelling.
No.
Apparently not. Fair enough.
Sauron could never return, could he?
Oh, is that Thea?
Sauron is dead.
Do you really? You don't believe that, do you? Yeah, someone like Sauron can't be killed that easy. Yeah, and what's this about? This prophecy? The stars? What's he here for? Oh, a staff? Hello. A gift from the Valar? Oh. Ah.
Got that look in your eye.
What's trauma is that, mate? I was going to say let's be chill, but honestly, looking at that, I'm like, that's not in that person's repertoire, is it?
Come on, might bear some fruit. Least you could do is try.
Further, Nori.
I feel like he's playing it more like Gandalf now. Sorry, I mean, we kind of had it confirmed, really, didn't we, at the end of last season, but I am inherently suspicious. Okay, I like that he failed. He's still not proficient. He can be given the power, but doesn't know how to wield it still yet.
We'll eat for days.
Oh, I hate that that's where she went. Only a hobbit, eh? Get it down, you dude.
In the dream, there's a kind of branch.
Oh, so is that the end goal? Under the stars is his staff.
Some things are best not shared aloud.
Sap. Well, you did sort of share it aloud.
I can feel the legs and the throat.
I didn't need that information.
Poppy and I, we used to sing little boogie songs so they'd have music to dance to.
Are you Timon and Pumbaa? That's all I'm asking.
I miss my home as well.
You don't even remember yours.
No.
It's a feeling.
Sometimes I perceive a glimmer of it, nonetheless.
I wonder if there's a reason that he was sent here with, like, no memory or, like, knowledge. Because it seems like a poor plan to do it this way.
You tell old Waldrick everything you know about Sauron.
It would be a real power movement if you ate his head.
Pain must be something you enjoy.
Mate, there was nothing on that. Yeah, I mean, very much has to... Whoa. That's bigger than I thought it was. Perspective. Oh, make a friend, mate. Yeah, toss it out. Do you know what? Okay. Hello. Yeah, do you know what I want to see? Sauron actually shape-shifting. Sorry, I saw obviously the warg. I want to see him turn into a werewolf. I want to see a vampire. I want to see all of them, man. Círdan? The shipbuilder, I wonder? Gotta be, ain't it?
Perfection.
Perfection exists only in Valinor.
Alright, mate, chill.
Thank you, Master Círdan.
Yeah. He looks perfect. He's just living his best life, isn't he?
Celebrimbor, he must be informed that Halbrand is Sauron.
Did we not tell him? Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? Those 3 rings. I mean, Sauron's not forged the 1 ring yet. Those 3 elven rings are the most powerful rings of power at the moment.
Because of you, our enemy lives. I should have you thrown in fetters and...
She is also the only reason you know that it was Sauron and that you can actually...
I will not stop until he is destroyed.
Would not be here now if I thought otherwise.
There we go. There's a bridge back to camaraderie.
Escape is not his plan.
Yeah, what is his game?
He spoke of destroying the rings.
Fair, yeah.
Elrond would seek out someone he can trust.
Cock on, mate.
I have seen Celebrimbor's work. I remember he used to speak of one day crafting objects of such power they could change the heart of any who beheld them.
We should have kept a better eye on him, really, shouldn't we?
Rings have so quickly turned elf against elf.
Mm-hmm.
It would appear he has succeeded.
Yeah, no one's even put him on yet.
Perhaps it was not Celebrimbor's hand that produced that effect. The enemy is cunning, a device in some larger plan, the end of which we cannot yet see.
We would be abandoning all Middle Earth to its fate. Could you accept that?
To do otherwise means falling prey to the designs of the enemy.
It's true.
Yes.
And by that logic as well that he's going with, he is right, I agree with him. If, obviously, his hand, Sauron's hand is in those rings, you can't put them on. I mean, obviously, like we know, well, I was going to say we know that they're not. They were untouched, that's what we supposedly know. Is the show going to change that? Do they need to be cleansed in some way? But he's right, that's too heavy a cost if Sauron's had his hand in it. Elrond's not wrong to think that way with the information he has.
Give me one last chance to reason with my friend.
Yeah, the episode so far, the first episode, really good for establishing, I think, where we're going to go, where we're focusing. Two really well established important paths. Sauron, first, his road to power and what that is going to look like, and reclaiming Mordor, and then to go further, I guess, create the One Ring. And two, the rings themselves. What are we going to do with them? Where do we go? Do we wear them? Do we get rid of them? Can they be trusted? That question, and the fate of the elves. And setting those seeds for the season to go on with.
We chose this path together.
No, you chose it for me.
Because in my heart, I know the three rings are free of his influence.
But to you? The light of Valinor, you turned your back on it. Was it truly to fight the darkness? Or was the darkness calling to you?
Ooh, behave.
All this may be by his design.
I did what I felt was right.
Yeah.
You did what you must, Galadriel. So have I.
Yeah, and all that makes sense. Elrond and the information that he has, knowing that she cavorted with Sauron, he can't trust that she wasn't corrupted in some way. But then at the same time, I believe Galadriel when she says, I just know, because I mean, she's a very powerful elf. She has got her roots, obviously, in Valinor. We know she has power. I like that he just went along with it. He's like, I just want an easy life, mate. I'll do, sure, why not? Maybe they're going to be a friend. We don't know. It's a big rock, mate. Do you want to chill out? Poppy. She followed him. Big Sam energy. Okay, following after.
How's everyone at home?
About the same.
You came after us.
Wasn't so hard.
Yeah.
You haven't exactly gotten very far.
I was going to say.
Well, you won't be for long. Look.
Guys, you left without a map.
Stadic's old book. Harfots must have journeyed this way a long time ago.
Perfect.
Not to forget the words to the song. Song?
Oh.
I guess this path must have been important to him.
For why? I wonder.
Black sand for my bed!
For the unknown ahead.
Would have been really convenient if you should have remembered that a little earlier, mate.
Welcome to the lands of Rune.
There we go.
Why are you looking at it like that?
You recognise it?
Like what?
Seen it?
Like you've been here before.
Only in dreams.
Okay. Yeah, who are these guys, eh? The eye. Interesting. Oh. They have power. They won't be so easily destroyed. Tempting him. Oh, because he does wear Naya at one point, right? And he gives it to Gandalf, I think. Really? Tempting him. Who rocked the boat as well, I wonder? Was that fate or something else? Maybe the Valar. Being like, no, you'll need them.
13 of us were chosen to be blessed of Morgoth's hand.
I
was led up to a dark and nameless peak. I saw it. His servant's face. Sauron's face.
What do you think?
And it was beautiful.
Hello?
He offered me wine.
Oh.
Red as a blood moon.
Oh, because he's remembering it too. Better times.
He offered me wine on that dark and nameless peak.
And you're all friends.
I drank it. Your people have been set free.
Really?
Now tell me what you know of Sauron.
Do you know what? I believe him. He's a bit gentler, isn't he? He's got an empathetic heart.
I have something you don't. The trust of the elves. And I'll go to them and seek him out.
You vow allegiance to Adar.
I tell you what, they're giving him some grace. What about that?
Yes.
If he was a normie, that guy would have run him through.
I vow.
With your head at my feet.
Oh, yeah, you kinda got him, man. If you want your plans to come to fruition, he has learned to be cunning.
I vow to serve the Lord of Mordor.
Aha.
To the end of my days.
There it is.
And his.
Ooh, or the and his could get him out of that, eh? So all you need to do is kill him.
I'm going to kill you. Is that right, Your Majesty?
Aha. Well, he kept his promise, eh? Yeah, this storyline's really cool. I love this stuff. Sauron, Adar. I think the Elrond, Galadriel, interesting, a little slow. I think the stuff with Gandalf, truthfully, and the Hobbits, little bit slow. If anything, you could have probably cut that out of this episode, because it was just essentially them getting to Rune. I get it. It was planting the seed, right? And that vision and the staff, and what does that mean, you know? Also introducing us to whoever it is, you know, those that are in Rune with the symbol of the eye. Is Círdan gonna turn up?
The light of the Eldar has faded.
Time to leave. There's our boy. Come on, mate. Propose to me, why not? He's gonna be wearing it, and Elrond's gonna...
Perfection does not exist only in Valinor, High King. It's here. Lord has brought it to Middle-earth.
Chill. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, Círdan has got a mind of his own.
No!
Seriously? Dude. Or is it going to travel towards her? They're choosing their bearers. Quick, mate, put it on. It's the question, isn't it? What is seducing them? Círdan was seduced too. Did he see something? Did the Valar show him something? Was that them? Or was it Sauron? Was it corrupting them? Maybe season 2 is going to show us that actually they maybe were. And they have to... Mate, you have got a fingerful. Do you really need another? A bit greedy, actually. There we go. There we are, season 1 solved. Now what, eh? Power of the elves rejuvenated. Damn. You're still worried, aren't you, mate? I do wonder if there's anything to his worry, and whether the show is going to introduce something. Because they are. Yeah, look at her looking at it. She's seduced. Or is it just wonder? It's kind of playing with the audience, isn't it? A little bit. Elrond is the gear, the function in the show that's meant to make you, I think that. Be a little uncertain. There it is, the money shot. Buddy, seriously? You are taken away from this picture by having so many rings on your fingers, okay? I can't talk, admittedly, right? But I ain't got a ring of power, okay? We're going again. Okay. More. Yeah, he is, isn't he? So this is the thing as well. Sauron has to come back and actually corrupt the ones that he's gonna make.
This messenger is from the Southlands.
Oh, it's gonna be yellow. Alright.
Do we grant him entry?
He wants more. There we go. Yeah, you know what, I'm going to move straight on to the second episode. All I'll say is just kind of to repeat, I suppose, of good first episode. You know, I think slow in parts. I think, like I say, the stuff in Rune and that, you probably could have condensed that and what we actually saw into like a scene. But I think they were trying to show us that whoever, obviously, you know, the ones native to Rune and the symbol are going to take a little bit more of a role, perhaps, in season 2. Yeah, everything with the Rings of Power, super interesting. You know, lots to be mulled over there. I hope they're going to do a little bit more with that, you know, and they're teasing a little bit. I do wonder whether there's something to it, but like I say, I think the actual draw, which I think it was really clever to open with, is Sauron. Now that we know who he is, we can actually delve into that and do something with it, you know. Like I say, end of season 1, I felt like it was too soon. At the same time, it's happened, and it does open the door for them to do some really interesting things with him, which I think they are. I think the opening scene and all the complexities there at play of why they turned on him, the fact that they did turn on him, what that meant, and also what that meant for Sauron and his mental journey, one, but two, his physical journey and how he had to adapt considering what had happened. And that transference of power wasn't easy. He did have to earn it. He's gonna have to earn it. He's gonna have to achieve that by himself. I love that. Anyway, that was episode 1. On to episode 2.
You had that dream again?
Yeah, what were they again?
Tell me, Hyundai.
I've had many names.
Barry. I swear, mate, that should be one of them.
Doubt he will return. And should he ever, none of us are to treat with him again.
Right, so that's what she said. Right, so Celebrimbor, Galadriel, you should have, okay, she should have told them.
He must be informed that Halbrand is Sauron.
That was dumb. I think it was just shame, right? She was ashamed that she'd been...
Mentary.
Oh, God, okay. Hey, man. Oh, this was what Gandalf saw. Ah, of course. Maybe he's seeing the forging of the One Ring in his vision. Oh, right, because end of season 1, there was a Balrog, right? The Balrog. I am remembering. There we go. Hey, it's all coming back to me.
Too dear, huh?
That is an impressive mushroom.
You're the one said would be wise to tighten our purse strings.
Not for those though, mate. Come on, get that in the cook pot, okay?
Hmm?
Really? Okay.
You married a prince, and now you're bound to an outcast.
She's chill.
To the dwarf I love.
Yes, you are a gem, mate.
And I wouldn't trade his heart for a mine full of fire opals.
You are beautiful. I love you, mate.
Be nice to have the opals, though. He disowned me. He's as stubborn as a stone leg.
What's going on?
I'd have better luck trying to bend.
Oh God.
Tisha.
You hear it?
Brace yourself.
Oh.
I said brace yourself!
What a hero. Oh, it's just going to be a quake. The Balrog awakening, perhaps, but it's just going to be quakes to start with. Coming up through the bedrock. Oh dear. You've lost the light. Ooh. This is new, right? I really do hope, in the show we get the... Obviously, well, it's called Rings of Power. You'd argue we're going to get it, right? But all of the rings being given out and we see the rise of, like, the Witch King and who that is. If we're going to be peeling all the layers back, show me everything, man. Show me it all. Do you know what I mean? What is that? Like shifting sand? Shifting gravel? I suppose it represents, because what was it the first season was? The forging of the rings, right? Now we've got them forged. It's almost, like the shifting of the sands. The forging of the rings now is influencing everything. All of the events in Middle-earth. There we go, and we open on a shot of one. I wonder if the ring and having the ring is going to change her. That would be interesting. Change all of them.
Celebrimbor.
How are you?
What news?
I've had an unexpected visitor.
Oh.
He has returned already.
Ooh. You've got to counsel yourself, mate. You've got to get that under control.
Are they not the seeds? You...
Oh, this is a dream. Okay. Doomed to die, indeed. That's what you... Mate. Interesting. So she's getting visions from the ring. So she just saw that while she's just standing here, fondling it. Prophecy, there we are. It's what we kind of know her for a little bit more.
Sauron was last seen travelling into Mordor. If we move swiftly, we may be able to crush 2 spiders with 1 boot.
Oof, not quick enough, mate.
Galadriel.
We should send...
Yeah, it's a new power for her.
See to the preparations.
Yeah, you noticed.
It does not take the eye of an eagle to see your thoughts have flown far afield.
Less thoughts, mate, more prophecy.
Sauron may well have travelled to Mordor.
Be honest, you have an honesty problem, mate.
Cannot be certain that is where he remains.
It's cock on that, though.
Makes you say that.
Sauron
He's a wily little man.
sees himself not as master of a barren waste, of all Middle-earth.
This is the thing. Her relationship with Sauron is a boon because she has all of this information now. She knows him.
He seeks to rule it not only through conquest, but by bending the minds and wills.
Yeah.
And for that he needs not armies, but rings. And he cannot craft them.
Sauron is alone.
That's interesting, that movement there. He needs not armies but rings. And that movement, my first instinct was shame, but I don't think it's protecting, isn't it? It's like, no, I've got it now. You don't take this from me, you know. And we opened on the scene, and we are seeing how Galadriel's ring is influencing her. How kind of almost covetous I think she is of it now as well. We saw that last episode when she got it, and it was almost this awe, this wonder, this is mine. You know, she was staring at it. And now the way that he just, I think it was protecting. It was, no, it's mine. I think they are being a little bit ensnared by them, and maybe part of that. Maybe, and you know, it's the question, is it corruption? Did Sauron put something in them? Did he? Is that going to be a journey we have to go on? Or is it just an inner journey that they're going to have to go through themselves? They're these rings of power. It's in the name. They're powerful, and if you don't meet them, they'll dominate you. I mean, we know you have to be strong. I mean, it's very new for them all right now. Maybe they're going to have to learn that. Learn to not control them. I don't think you can necessarily, but channel them, you know, almost live side by side with them. You are one now, right? Yeah, interesting movement from him. And I think that shows you a lot. Just that small movement. There's a lot of meaning in that, if you care to look. Kind of a heavy hand right at the beginning of the scene with her and the vision and the prophecy. And then a subtler one with him and the little movement. No, it's mine.
Celebrimbor and the secrets of his craft are safe.
It's very confident for not actually knowing that. Prophecy, yeah, she's seeing it.
Sauron's plan is in motion, even now.
Yeah.
I know it.
How?
Yeah, good question. Be honest. Come on.
Since the wearing of this ring, I have felt...
Thank you.
Perceived glimpses of the unseen world.
There it is, okay.
You believe the rings have kindled your ability to see that which has not yet come to pass.
It's a boon.
Have they kindled yours?
Go on.
I have seen mountains crumbling.
Oh.
I will send word.
Face Sauron again. It is said that once the deceiver obtains a being's trust, he gains the ability to sculpt their very thoughts.
Oh, you are fear-mongering there, Gil-galad. You don't know that. It is said. You are letting your fear and paranoia guide your words, I think. Which I get. You know, to these guys, Sauron, who he is, who he was, a powerful being. I'm not saying the fear's unfounded, but...
To alter their very reality, you have already been affected once.
Just emotions though, mate.
He knows my mind.
You know his.
And I know his. Which is why I must face him.
Oh yeah? For a kiss? No, sorry. Stop.
You cannot face him alone.
I mean, she shouldn't face him alone, to be fair.
Supposing I was not alone.
Elrond. I mean, this is the thing. If Sauron can convince Celebrimbor why he left, he's back in, isn't he?
Lord
Yeah.
Celebrimbor regrets to inform you.
Ooh.
No, speak with him directly.
He wishes you good fortune.
I do quite like what, hang on. Yeah, Charlie Vickers. I do quite like what he's doing with the accent. It does change.
Perhaps I'll just wait here.
Oh, he's going to pull on those heartstrings, isn't he? That was calculated.
Well, he can refuse all he cares to.
Oh, you paused.
Before she left, that I would never treat with him again.
Oh, good on you, mate.
Was there something more?
I believe he's
Don't
injured.
you say it. Lady!
Let him be.
Thank you.
He'll leave soon enough.
Beautiful, mate. I love that for you.
News any day.
Oh, is he going to, oh. Yeah. Oh, God. Sorry, I was about to say, is Sauron going to intercept that person? This can't be Sauron, though. That sucks for these guys. Oh, God. God, I'm dizzy. Karasgir, Western Rune, okay. Oh yeah, I love this stuff, man. Come on, get me in here. Butterflies, eh? Right, so this is where... Sorry, yes, this is why they're going to Rune, because those guys were from... I told you, I'm remembering, mate. You got red on you. Oh, is that who I think it is? It is! Yeah. Ooh. What is this? Prophecy or power? Oh, hi. Oh, they're back. Wow.
What tidings from the White Wings?
Good question.
Sauron's shadows deepening. He has taken a new form to deceive his enemies.
And they're aware of Sauron. But the way they talked there, I mean, they're clearly not on his side. They're not aligned with him, right? They're just aware of him. They're watching him.
And the Istar.
Oh, wait. He looks very Saruman-esque, actually, now that I look at him. plus Dark Wizard.
We must reach him before he learns to harness his powers.
Yeah, and that line as well. Sorry, he knows a bit much about Astari for my liking. Why would you know? Maybe just a wise man. No, probably not Saruman, right? This is too evil, too quick.
What makes you think a mortal like yourself?
Mortal.
The Eastar will surrender to me, because if he doesn't,
You will kill the halflings.
slaughter the halfling
Okay.
calls friends.
He's got very Saruman eyebrows, that's all I'm saying.
What about Dodrick?
I was thinking Barry, actually. I feel like they're not talking about what I think they're talking about. Oh, he needs a name.
Not going to be mine.
Barry. Hey, can I just put it in the pool? Do you know what I mean? One of them. One of them's got to be called Barry. Okay, just let me have it.
No one can give you a name.
That's usually how it works, mate.
It is yours already.
No, that's not how they work.
And when you hear it spoken, you feel your heart glow.
You'll hear it one day.
Barry, say it louder.
We'll find out who you are.
Do you know what I mean?
We can cut this leg of the journey in half.
You are very useful, mate. Thank you.
How about Dodrick?
You already said Dodrick.
Yeah.
All I found was a scorpion, and scorpion stung me. I fell over. That's how
You found the cactus. Silence.
No, Barry. Yeah, really, in this desert, and you're wearing that, man. I don't know. Oh, God. Stay cool, man. Stay cool. Never mind. Yeah, I am kind of curious. Aren't the Easterlings and those in Rune supposed to be not white? Isn't the guy playing the Dark Wizard, isn't he a white guy? I'm genuinely asking. I'm not like casting judgment. I am by no means the authority. I'm just, seems a bit weird. Yeah, he's Irish. I thought he was, from Belfast. Whether they've tanned him, but is it just me? I appreciate I'm a white guy. I probably, do you know what I mean? Again, I'm not the authority on this. It just seems a little bit weird.
Every garden has withered since the earthquake.
That quick?
Not long ago, a fire mountain awoke.
Ah, that's what we're going with. Mordor.
All the way here,
I mean,
elapsing our
possible.
sunshafts, and with them, our ability to grow crops.
You do need to sort that out, yeah. Ooh. It's very cool. Buddy, shh. Made it a little worse, not ideal. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, that was a terrible effort.
Not once have they ever ceased to provide for us.
Hard times, mate.
The bond is broken.
Well, maybe the bond is the Balrog.
The hand of darkness is closed around Khazad Dûm.
Yeah. Sorry, that made no sense. You know what I mean? The bond has been broken with the rock because the Balrog perhaps is exerting influence, maybe? Down below, and the rock isn't theirs anymore. Not fully, I wonder. We did get that tease at the end of last season. I feel like it's meant to show you something.
Do you mean your grandchildren? They're well.
You needn't make this harder.
What do you mean?
Funny. I keep saying the same thing to him.
Yeah, she's in between, mate. You gotta sort it out yourselves.
Surely Durin knows I spoke in anger.
No, but also, even if it was, you still need...
If that's an apology, try saying it to my husband.
It was he who caused offence. I tell you, he is
stubborn.
Where'd he get it from, eh?
One more quality, the two of you.
what you call stubbornness. Son dwarves call strength.
Idiots.
Oh, I imagine it does take strength. To keep your wounded heart so tightly bound it can barely beat.
Smash that. Well done, mate. Yeah, tell him.
Aye, it does.
Mate, if you want to make amends, go make amends. That's strength. Getting over your stubbornness is strength, not keeping on to it.
No wonder we can't hear the mountain.
Oh.
King is deaf to the sorrow of his own son.
Still your axe!
To show true strength.
Yes.
Summon your son to you.
Lay it on him, mate. Yeah, that's...
He'll answer.
He will.
Oh, here we go.
Ouch.
Blisters, I see. Even I've had them.
When I was 5.
Alright, guys, relax. Come on.
Palace hands. Been polishing jewels all his life.
Only 13 hours to go.
Jesus.
How was the mine?
About the same. This rye tastes like last year's bread.
It is last year's bread.
Why not trade for fresh grain from the surface?
Splendid idea.
King.
Dimril Dale will we find to convince your father of it?
Great. So he's just a bad king.
I was right. If he hadn't have thrown Elrond out to rot, we'd have food enough for 500 years.
Yeah.
We can't hear the mountains anymore.
Yeah, so she thinks it's this bond breaking of these two. Or at least it's contributing.
Come here.
You need to be united right now. You're going through hard times.
We'll find a way.
Yeah, that's what she's talking about, mate.
We always have.
except instead of you're empty, we'll find a way. She's actually, yeah, she's giving you away. Doesn't matter if you were right or think you were right or whatever. The point is that people are suffering, and you could make it better if you just swallow your stubbornness and go apologise.
I fear Sauron may be in a region. I'm asking you to join us.
Oh, he's not going to trust you.
I'm but a politician.
Do you have the High King's trust? He believes in your steadfastness.
A dog is steadfast and quicker to follow on a leash.
Yeah, you're not been afforded any say. It's a bit rude.
He refuses to send me without you.
Why is that? I'm asking if you know it.
He may be vulnerable to deception.
And why would he think that?
You're like, none of you are really I get it. I do get that, you know, obviously Sauron is what he is, and we saw in that scene before the fear that even Gil-galad has for him. So I get it. But they're not giving Galadriel much esteem, are they? I get that she was deceived, but it was a very normal deception. He is supposed to be a master shapeshifter, right? And there was that moment where she was like, I know the rings aren't corrupted. She felt that, you know, whether that's supernatural or not, and you could put it down to either. She has power, and that power didn't extend to knowing that it was him. I get it. At the same time, they're saying that because he's Sauron, but they're not, I feel like they're not taking into account the fact that he's Sauron. He is a shapeshifter. He can deceive. But she knows now. She's probably the person that is most likely to be paranoid about any new person now. In comparison to anyone else, she is prepared for it. I think they need to be thinking about that more than, well, you were deceived once, you could be deceived again just as easily. It's like, no, she was deceived once, which probably makes it harder to deceive her.
Because he is right.
Oh.
And under his hand, I was played like a harp to a melody not of my choosing.
Yeah, he's got in your head about that. And to be fair, like...
It was entirely of your choosing.
Hey!
Sauron looked inside you, plucked the very song of your soul, note by note.
You don't know that.
Making himself out to be exactly what you needed. You gave him everything he wanted and then thanked him for it. And now he has done the same to Gil-galad.
Oh, you're a bit bitter now, aren't you? Because, yeah, and sorry, Galadriel, I think is absolutely fair to be feeling that level of unsurety in herself, because I think, as much as I'm saying what I'm saying, that's from an outside perspective, right? If you are living that, if you were deceived, you are going to feel like you can't trust yourself almost. And I think, you know, seeking out someone like Elrond, a friend, to watch her back is, in her mind, would be enough to shore up that uncertainty. But it's also very understandable why he is so bitter. He's not been afforded a lot of say, a lot of power. Every elf has gone against him, and I think, like I said before, everything that he was saying had merit. He wasn't wrong to be wary. Considering all of the information he knows, they all know, and the fact that he was considering what he was considering, and then Círdan turned his back on him too. He's probably feeling very isolated, very alone. And so him lashing out, and I think saying those things just a minute ago to Galadriel is meant to hurt her. I don't think he truly means it. He is lashing out at her because of that isolation, because of that bitterness. Good writing, because it shows you all of that. It shows you exactly where they are, and you've seen in the show why he's got there. And he's not saying any of what I'm saying, but it's there to be read.
Help us navigate this labyrinth.
There is no navigating it. The labyrinth is his.
Yeah, and they all have this paranoia about Sauron. Sauron, and everything we've seen about Sauron, he's very unsure. You know, that scene at the beginning of episode 1, it was new to him. Leadership and being number one, new to him. He was unsure. But obviously the myth, the legend that is Sauron, one of Morgoth's greatest lieutenants, right? His myth has taken, I think, him quite far, actually, at least at this point in the minds of the elves. They're very paranoid. To the point that they're giving him more accolade, I think, than we've seen as the audience. We know that he's not that all-powerful being yet. And this cunning that he has now, he learned. He had to. And we've been shown that too, about Sauron. We know that Elrond, Gil-galad, they're talking from a place of fear, not fact, not authority. And sure, absolutely, there's something to be feared there. They're not necessarily wrong, but in these cases, they are, because they are speculating. They're speculating through their fear. I mean, the line from Gil-galad, it is said, it is said. That isn't the same as it is.
He may well want you in a region.
Please, Elrond.
Yeah, Elrond's kind of talked himself in circles now. He's like, he's too powerful, we can't possibly combat him. And it's like, dude, come on. What if you don't combat him, then you're not going to be able to. You are going to lose. It's defeatist.
I cannot let him in again. I cannot.
Yeah. And hey, maybe there was an element of what was going on there was... I mean, I don't think Sauron was necessarily, in season 1, exerting any kind of influence. I think there was a kinship between them. A genuine kinship. I think, do you know what I mean? There was no magic, no sorcery. Maybe there was. I don't think so, though. I think it was just normal, natural feeling, and she feels ashamed that she felt that for someone like him. And she's scared of it happening again. Because I think to her mind, she's thinking, well, it was sorcery.
In choosing to wear those rings, you have all chosen to become his collaborators. I will have no part in it.
Damn, yeah. We need to prove to him that they're clean.
Please leave.
I do think he should grow out his hair though, to be honest. No shade, it looks good, I'm just saying it could look better. Yeah, this friendship has splintered a little bit. Validly so. Yeah, there you go.
Do you not wish?
It's a little bit of a show. He still does feel for her.
I cannot trust these rings. What is beauty when it is born in part of evil?
No less beautiful. Would you cast Romil's verses into the flame because the poet was a drunkard?
I like you, mate.
Judge the work and leave judgment concerning those who wrought it to the judge who sees all things.
Okay, you're getting, sorry, there's a little bit of an allegory of the death of the artist, right? The death of the author. And it is this thing nowadays of, I do feel like that's harder to do when the artist, the author, whatever it might be, the creative, is still around, still influencing, still alive. Because people use that example today about artists that are problematic, and it's like, oh, just separate the art from the artist. And it's like, okay, cool. It's much harder to do that if the artist is still creating, still using their money to influence bad things, you know, etc., etc. It's kind of a brilliant allegory because that's where he's coming from. But also, I feel like Elrond, I mean, you know, look, that feels impossible is the line. I'll play it in a second. I'm so sorry. He's perhaps going to come back with, yeah, but Sauron is still alive. I can't separate the rings from him because tangibly there might still be a connection that still damages everything and all of us.
Leave judgment concerning those who wrought it to the judge who sees all things.
Like, you can't necessarily do that if it might be that Sauron is still influencing these rings. I do think that that argument does have merit, but not when the artist is still around doing the evil, the bad.
It is called humility, and it is difficult for most, but it is the truest form of sight.
I don't know, mate. It's called humility, but you're asking him to ignore Sauron, and Sauron is still here.
Wish I could know your peace.
Is it peace, or is it just that he's ignoring? He's better at ignoring. Is he just uncaring to perhaps all of our folly?
We do not yet fully understand these rings, but look at the power they exert over every form of life.
Yeah, and do you want to dominate all life though? Is that what you want? I caught myself mulling over Elrond's heritage as I watched this back. I wondered at why he was the only one considering the things he's talking about here. Up until this point, Círdan had seemed wise, but in this scene he exhibits gaps in his logic, the stuff that I talk about. And this moment with the fish is worrisome in how he seems to revel in having dominion over lesser beings. It's almost as if Círdan and the other elves think that their elvish nature gives them the right to dominate all things. They wouldn't word it that way. They'd perhaps call themselves caretakers, but they have this mindset almost of, we can't leave Middle-earth to its fate. We must stay and be the ones to save it. Without us, it's not possible. And perhaps they're right, but the fact remains that the elves exhibit a lot of ego just through the fact of their race. I wonder if Elrond's questioning nature, his caution, comes from his human side. His heritage is half elven, and I caught myself thinking that he was questioning these elves in a very human way. This isn't to say humans, of course, aren't capable of the same ego as the elves, but I'd say they're more prone as well to humility. I like to think Elrond is taking note of all this. He won't perhaps put it all together until later, but Elrond becomes one of the greatest speakers for Middle-earth, later becoming the domain of men and men alone, and the time of the elves ending truly. He sees both races for what they are, and elves are too touched by the Valar, too set in the idea that they know best. I want to be clear that some of my conclusions here are down to debate, but I firmly stand by the reason Elrond is as he is here because of the nature of his heritage, or at least in part, side by side with his experiences. I would also note that I think Círdan is being influenced by his ring in the same way that the others are, but I get into this more later, so I'll leave that for now.
In Sauron's hands, they could work evil beyond reckoning.
But in your hands?
This is why they must remain in the hands of elves.
Right, okay, that's how you see it.
You are wise to fear this power, Elrond.
He is.
But do not let that fear blind you to the ways it can be used for good.
Fair, but it's dangerous.
For it is not your enemy that bears these rings.
Dangerous line to walk.
But your most trusted friend. If you believe they have strayed, do not abandon them. And guide them.
Yeah, I mean, that is the way to exert any kind of power in this powerless position that he's found himself in. And by the way, I'm talking because I obviously know that the rings are, well, like I say, at least to our knowledge, they're fine. I'm just trying to put myself in Elrond's shoes, right? And I think as comforting as Círdan's words might be, he might not be right.
Oh, I can see it! See what?
Feels like a trick. Oh no. No. Yeah. Don't let that go.
I thought we'd lost you.
Okay, but get the thing. Oh, at least it stopped. Cool. I thought we were going to lose the rope. I did notice that looked very staff-like.
You don't think?
Is that the staff? Why have they stopped?
We were just having a drink of water.
That's bad aim, mate. God, dude. Alright, chill. Yeah, the Dark Wizard knew that they were about the Astari too. They know a lot, don't they? Mate, get it under control. Oh, well that's one staff gone, mate. Hopefully that's not the one. Dude. Jeez. They gotta be dead. I mean, I have a feeling they're not, but damn.
It's gone.
Has it?
Alright, you smug little rascal.
Made from our last sliver of mithril.
Ooh.
Quite invisible.
What does it do?
Visitor, is he still?
Shall I bring him ashore?
Oh, that's where it starts. Buddy, you've just been stood there like that all that time. Oh. When does he get the blonde hair? That's my question. Is that what makes Celebrimbor let him in? He's like, God damn it. My weakness. I love a blonde. Oh, what about the guard? Mate.
Whatever the reason,
I don't think that umbrella worked.
if you do not leave willingly, you shall be removed by force.
She said you'd say that.
Kelly, how are you soaked?
Galadriel, you have spoken with her.
Buddy.
Then you know nothing of what's happened. Nothing of the rings.
Uh-oh.
What about the High King? He wouldn't neglect to send word. The true creators toil till their knuckles bleed. They come along, take whatever profits them most, and forget all about us.
Sowing his seeds, isn't he?
Where are you going?
There's no cause to stay where I'm not wanted.
Oh, you little manipulator, you.
Wait.
Oi, stay. Remember your word. God! Kelly. Wind your neck in, mate. This isn't...
Halbrand, please. The rings. Did they work?
That was it. That was what he said that got him hankering. The rings. His babies.
They worked wonders.
Ah, he taketh and he giveth in equal measure.
And the elves?
Yes.
He could have said that outside. Kelly.
Lindor.
Yes.
Ask yourself why he didn't.
Are you weeping?
No. I'm reveling.
Also weeping. But it's okay.
After all this time, after so many centuries, to finally create something.
Oh, bless him. You are Knuff.
Celebrimbor.
That's bimbo to you.
Are you my friend?
Well, if you're lucky.
Of course.
You forgot your oath very quick.
Because there is no place for half-truths between those who have worked so close as you and I.
You can't imagine who's going to tell him.
There is much you do not know.
Maybe if he introduces himself as a Maiar, something else.
You're afraid.
No, he's Sauron.
See, I've never been able to hide anything from you.
Try another guess.
Be at ease.
Go on, mate.
I did not come here to toast the elven rings.
I came here for you.
But to plead with you to make rings for men.
Oh. Men. There we go.
You saved the elves.
Elves are not men. Men are covetous.
And elves are not.
The risks of corruption are far greater.
I mean, he's not wrong, though. We know that.
I think you'll find the dwarves facing a dilemma all their own.
What dilemma? What are you talking about?
Oh, you know.
My name is not Elrond.
Give me it. He's not going to say Sauron.
Galadriel discovered the truth. She cast me out.
Maybe he will.
Not risk the same happening with you.
I mean, the dwarves are desperate right now. They'll take a boon.
Take it then. You're not a king.
Not a king. Not even mortal. There are forces in this world.
He's going to insinuate he's one of the Valar, something.
And sometimes they send aid in the form of an envoy.
Istari.
A messenger sent to bring guidance to the ears of the wise.
Oh, appealing to his ego, of course. That's going to work.
Guidance.
All Middle-earth balances on the brink of the abyss. Every realm will fall.
We need to stop it by creating more rings.
The dwarves.
Yeah.
And men.
Beautiful plan. Yeah. Beautifully spun manipulation too.
And the rings of power are our last hope of restoring the light.
Really well written.
You cannot expect me to believe that you are a messenger.
There it is.
From the Valar.
He filled it in himself. He said Valar. Sauron didn't. Oh. He'll be back. He's laid that seed. And people don't trust Galadriel if she comes and starts talking about Sauron. Oh, not the first age bottle. Come on, man. Celebrimbor is not in a place now to believe her. This is more than a man could do. Isn't it? Is this the blonde hair? Come on, show me. Absolutely got to be on it. Oh, he should walk out of the fire with the blonde hair. That's what I'm saying. That's a mistrick. No, there's still...
Through the dusts and the deserts of faraway lands.
No, there's still time.
In search of an artist possessing the craft to save all Middle-earth.
Oh, this is so good.
A storm is coming, Celebrimbor.
It all happened perfectly too, for him to...
Bring you the knowledge.
No! It's happening.
Unlock your grandest...
Perfect.
Never again will the world
yes.
look you as the mere scion of Feanor, but forevermore revere you.
Perfect. Oh, you gotta believe him after this.
The Lord of the Rings.
He said... Oh, he said it. There is our beautiful little boy. Alright. Yes, perfect. They did it. That looks awesome. Alright. Do you know what? It looks better in this light, actually. The blonde hair. You would, wouldn't you?
But I have beheld your natural form.
Rise.
What am I to call you?
Barry.
I am your partner. No more.
He does look good, fair play to him. All right. I don't love that he's changed his accent again, okay? What are you trying to say about northern accents, guys, okay? We're not worthy. We're not worthy of the Valar.
Annatar.
Ah, there it is, all right.
Annatar.
That's what he said, yeah. Still think you should have gone with Barry, but whatever. I'm not attached to it. I am actually, to be fair, I'm crushed. The fireplace entrance, just make up for it, thank you. Can't believe it did, of course. I mean, it led me there. It did. Do you know what, actually? First intro, the blonde wig, it looks good. It does. I don't know what they, I can't remember what clip they used for the trailer, but it looked a bit goofy. But I feel like you need the entrance and the smoke and everything. The music, and then you see it and it's like, wow, okay. Do you know what I mean? Like, you see it cold in a trailer when all you've got is season 1. It looks weird. Like, they sold it. Fair play. All right, we gotta give it to them.
You depart for Eregion at first light with 5 of our bravest elves.
How brave, mate. They gotta be quite brave, because this is gonna get messy.
Elrond,
Oi, oi.
I am very grateful you have decided to join my company.
Played it cool. Well done.
Elrond's task is not to join your company.
Lead it.
But to lead it.
Ah. It's all right. Bit of humility. This is fine. This is fine. You're getting what you wanted. But is the ring gonna let her take this shot to her prestige power now? It's gonna be interesting, isn't it, to see how much the rings are affecting them. Smashing. Oh, okay. We're still going. Ah.
What is it?
Annatar.
Invitation.
Give us 7 of your best guys.
Lord Celebrimbor.
We've still not seen the Númenóreans. God damn. Alright, we are delving into the Rings of Power. Smashing. Love that. Yeah, no, brilliant continuation of episode 1. I think episode 1, slow in parts, but good, you know, setting the groundwork and giving us nice little nuggets to kind of go forward with. Episode 2, I think, picks up the pace. I think, you know, the fact that we got Annatar episode 2 early in the season is what we kind of all wanted. We knew we were kind of getting that, I think, from the wig. And I think, you know, the question last season of like, it's been revealed, how is Celebrimbor not going to know? You can't really do Annatar now. Actually, I think they've spun it in a way that they can. And I like that. They're kind of re-gifting that story to themselves, which I thought they'd kind of spoiled at the end of season 1, truthfully. It's why I didn't really like it, because I was like, well, we've kind of done this now. I think they've done it really organically. I think they've brought that back really organically, and now I think, you know, obviously Galadriel, Elrond are going to come and there's going to be some conflict here. But I think the way that it was written, the way that Sauron and Annatar spun it was perfect. I think the manipulation and appealing to Celebrimbor's sense of insecurity, but also ego, was done to a T, to the point that I believe you would as he's walking out of the fireplace. As that happened and all of the smoke and mirrors and everything, he's not a man, you can say that for sure. You buy it, and he gets on his knees and you're like, yeah, you would. You absolutely would at that point. And I think that was the final nail in the coffin, because I think he's already got, and we've seen that. The fact that he went down eventually, the only thing stopping him was Galadriel, you know, asking him not to. But there was that bond, that friendship, forged it through work, through their passion, you know, and forging the rings. It was already there, right? Which makes, like I say, that reveal the final nail in the coffin. The coffin's already been built, right? Because all that groundwork was done. Yeah, really, really well played, really, really well written, really well presented too. And like I say, I think existentially, as we talk about the show, the Rings of Power, and now we are delving, you know, we have them forged. We start with the 3, and now we are getting a really organic way in to go and forge the rest of them. Dwarves are struggling. I mean, the you know, the Númenóreans aren't doing so great either, from what I remember of last season. I think where we found ourselves looking forward at all of that, and how we're going to get that, and I guess we are going to see which men are going to get it. We are going to see who becomes the Witch King, who becomes all of these people, where they're going to get them from, how it's going to start perhaps influencing them too, and we're going to see it all kind of come together. Yeah, really good follow-up to the first episode. I think we've got a nice pace increase and a widening of the story in the Rings of Power and what we're going to do and go forward with. Really good so far. I'm enjoying it. Okay, admittedly, this is an hour long already. Thank you to everyone in the community I posed the question to. I've been trying to decide whether to do 2 huge videos. Honestly, the original plan was to do 1 huge video on the entire show, which I knew wouldn't work. And once I'd recorded the first 4 episodes, I knew would not work. So anyway, I've edited the first 2 and I've got an hour already. And I feel like 2 hours for like 4 episodes is way too long. So I'm just going to end the video here. Sorry, I know enough about myself by now to know that this was going to happen, but here we are anyway. So thank you for watching this video. Please do subscribe if you want to catch the rest of it, because I will be uploading this very quick, very close together. I know when I cover shows, there is the risk of it lasting like a year, for even 10 episodes. That literally happened for The Haunting of Hill House. So links in the description for anyone who'd like to support me further. Got early access to all my videos. These came out like a week ago. Thank you, as always, to my YouTube members and my patrons. Genuinely just thank you for your support. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and there'll be more coming very, very soon.